say it in a bad way, but it really does. So if there's anybody out there, if you're in the motorsports world, the broadcasting world, and you're interested in being a part of the Fox Sports Radio podcast or CRN podcast with Finish Line, get a hold of me, text me, call me. If you're credible or you're somebody trying to make it in this industry, everybody needs a chance. Everybody needs a shot. We might put you in as a guest host. So you just got to be dedicated and available every Wednesday at 11 o'clock a.m. So, and I know the podcast time is kind of crazy because everybody says, well, why don't you do it at nighttime? Well, I mean, I'm busy sometimes at night. I mean, look at last Wednesday night. Look at next Wednesday night when I'll be at Ocala for the Durance Lane World Championship. So, and again, I just want to throw this out here as well. I'm doing coverage for CrateInsider.com. Before the rumor mill starts, before anybody starts starting smack and saying, oh my God, Wesley's gone back to Neesmith, they're going back to Durance Lane, da-da-da-da-da. I am the voice of Fast Track Racing Series. I am proud to be the national announcer of the Fast Track Racing Series and Fast Track Companies International. But with that said, I do not have a beef with other sanctioning bodies and having to do media promotion for them. I'm pretty sure a lot of our fast track guys are going to make the trip down to Ocala next week for the Bubba Army Winter Nationals and the World Championships. And I am doing coverage for Kate Dillon and CrateInsider.com. We're going to get Crate Insider Crate Insider business people that are either businesses that are set up as as parts manufacturers, or we're going to get drivers that are part of the Crate Insider list that buy parts and buy things from CrateInsider.com. At no time will there need to be any rumors about me jumping ship and going back to Durance Lane, because it's completely false. It will be good to see my friend Roby Helm. I miss working with my friend Roby Helm. Ironically, the last race that me and him announced together before resigning from Durance Lane or being asked to take a leave of absence, and that's just a nice way of saying, hey, you're fired, but I just don't have the balls to tell you that. And again, there's no hard feelings. It just, kind of felt like it was wrong the way I was done, but it is. You have to live a world where you cannot hold grudges on people. You cannot, no matter what people do to you in life, you've got to find a way to forgive them. I know it's hard. I know you're listening, you're saying, Wesley, that's crazy. How can you say that? You don't know the life I've gone through. You don't know the things I've been through. But with that said, you're not supposed to harbor anger on people. There is people in this world that have done me wrong, that has mistreated me, people that I thought were my friends that literally stabbed me in the back. But what I can tell you is at the end of the day, I had enough forgiveness in my heart to forgive them for what they did. So anyway, the reason I'm getting off subject, but the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't want anybody spreading rumors or saying false truth, saying, well, did you hear Wesley's back with Durance Lane or he's going back to this? I'm covering the race for CrateInsider.com. We're doing the inside Where's Wesley segments, CrateInsider.com. And by the way, while you're checking that out, check out Winning Motorsports Marketing. And again, we'll recap the action at Ocala. And there's a whole lot of other great things that are going on this year besides Ocala. We covered USAC. We've covered NASCAR. We've covered all the great things that happened at Volusia and East Bay. We're going to talk about that. There's no favorites here. There's no favorites here. And sadly, that is what's happened in our industry. This one robs Peter to pay Paul. This one likes this celebrity but doesn't like that one. They like this track but not that one. They like this driver but not that one. And sadly, I thought we were all in the same box here. So, again, before the rumor mills start, I just want to throw that out there. Furthermore, I want to say thank you so much to Candace Keeley, Bubba Clem, Tom and Ken and everybody at Bubba Raceway Park for the invitation of hanging out with. I was hanging out with my good friend Joe Kelly. You heard Joe Kelly on the debut of the Finish Line podcast last Wednesday morning. As a matter of fact, from Ocala, Florida, at Bubba Raceway Park, and again, Candace wasn't feeling good then. And that's the reason why I knew that there was something wrong with my friend, because, normally I would say, hey, there's Candace, and she's in the house, and she's like, hi, how are y'all? And she just wasn't that way, and that's why I knew that I knew that she wasn't feeling well. So again, she's at the hospital. Hope she gets to feeling better. Hope she gets well. We love you. And real quickly, we're going to give a recap of all the great things that have gone on with the world of Speed Weeks. And hopefully very soon, we will be joined by my good friend Brad Roberts, whether it be via Cellcast or via cell phone. Or live. He possibly might make it back in time. Hey, he's got responsibilities. He's got things he's got to do. So, hey, I understand that. That's life. We got to get ready to pack up and head down to Florida. We're going to Miami. We're going to Clewiston. And you know what? While I'm thinking about that right now, maybe what I might try to do, while I got a break in the action here, recapping Speed Weeks and all the great things that are going on. We're going to recap all the action that went on at the Bubba Army Winter Nationals. We're going to recap NASCAR at Daytona. What a race at Daytona. I know a lot of people are like, oh, no. Hey, that was a good race. For the lack of better term, boring show we saw at Daytona in the Clash and in the duels last Thursday afternoon, the Daytona 500 itself offered up to be pretty entertaining. So again, props to, in my opinion, NASCAR and everybody there for what they did and putting on an awesome show. I believe it was a good race. Maybe you might not agree with it. I'm sorry, but I thought it was. So, hey, we're going to try to go to the phone lines here real quickly. And we are going to try to connect to Wayne Davis just to try to find somebody to chat with. I love that. So maybe we'll get Wayne Davis to jump on the line. Maybe he'll answer the phone. If he
you have reached the voicemail box of 9.
Well, there you go. I was trying to call him up, but he didn't answer the line. So he didn't answer his line. Maybe we'll try and call him one more time here. So if not, like I said, I like content. I like to have different guests on the show. So we'll try to ring him up one more time. If he doesn't answer, then he strikes out, so to speak. But I wanted to have him kind of talk about the show and talk about what's going on at Hendrick County Motorsports Complex this weekend and all the great races that are going on in Speed Weeks. And we're going to recap all that stuff, but just kind of trying to get somebody just filling some downtime for me here. And again, they kick off their year coming up this weekend. And he doesn't answer, so okay. Anyhow, Hendrick County Speedway, the inaugural Everglades Swamp Cabbage Nationals. That will be going on this weekend, beginning tomorrow. Tomorrow will be unlimited open practice for all the divisions. And again, I think they're pulling out the welcome mat and welcoming everybody out there. So unlimited open practice for the not just the sprint cars and the midgets, and of course, thank you to the new sponsor stepping up, Brisk Enterprises, sponsoring the Southeastern Sprint Car Series. This is the 410 non-wing sprint cars, kind of similar to what you saw at Bubba Raceway Park with the USAC Racing Amsoil National Championship Series. Similar to what you saw with the USAC NOS Energy Drink Midget Championship cars. Those kind of drivers are going to be there. A lot of those guys probably might make the trip down to Hendrick County. I was kind of disappointed because some of the guys that I spoke with about it at Bubba Raceway, they were like, well, man, we're burnt out. We've been on the road for 2 or 3 weeks. Our Speed Weeks is done. But I can tell you that Wayne's been on the phone. He's been talking to some cool people, and so has other people involved with Hendrick County, Ken Kinney, everybody at Hendrick County Speedway. So, but again, the welcome mat's been thrown out for open practice on Thursday night. The Brisk Enterprises Southeastern Sprint Car Series, the Just Dirt Productions. Shout out to my buddy Dan Costello and the Moses Boys and my everybody with Just Dirt Productions, and they're sponsoring the Southern States Midget Series, and of course In addition, there's going to be modifieds, late models, gladiators, bombers, and pure stock V8. I mean, they've even welcomed, open wheel modifieds to be a part of this deal because it closes out what is their Hendry County Winter Nationals. So again, my topic on this subject is there too many tracks doing Winter National events? As, by the way, the bottom has fell out here in Lake Park, Georgia. My goodness, it has just started raining a flood. And by the way, thoughts and prayers to everybody back home in North Carolina and then the southeast and the northeast and up in the Midwest. I understand you're getting pummeled still with winter storm weather. It sucks. Believe me, sucks. I hate it. I'm enjoying this beautiful Florida weather. Florida. I'm literally 5 miles to the Florida-Georgia line. Getting back down to Florida this afternoon, heading to Clewiston and Miami, and I'm loving it. You guys are talking about winter storms and record snowfall and temperatures freezing, and Florida is talking about record numbers of highs in the month of February. I think they were saying the other day that Gainesville was looking at a high of 89 degrees, one of the first highest days in history for a temperature of that caliber. So, yes, a lot of great things that are going on at Speed Week. So we're going to recap Volusia. We're going to recap all the cool things that went on at Bubba Raceway Park and the Winter Nationals and East Bay Raceway. They had the King of the 360s. Yeah, we got a lot of great things going on. This Finish Line podcast going on here. Again, it's kind of laid back today because I kind of had somebody lined up to be on set, but they had other obligations and things going on, and so kind of solo for the time being, which is all good. If he gets back in time, he gets back. If not, it's no big deal. And that was Brad Roberts, and I wanted to talk about the history of racing. I wanted to talk about all the cool things that was Ellisville Speedway or Columbia Motorsports Park or that is now Alltech Raceway or Lake Florida Alltech Raceway is, of course, the big track, and then, of course, you got North Florida Speedway, which they actually call it Lake City Speedway. So, a lot of cool things going on. But before we do so, let's go and recap the action that was the Dirt on Dirt coverage of the Winter Nationals, and I just want to jump on dirtondirt.com. Thank you to Michael Rigsby and all the great people at dirtondirt.com. We're going to take a look real quickly at a recap of all of the coverage of Speed Weeks. Just recapping Speed Weeks. I just want to give a recap of everything statistic-wise. Thanks to the great folks at dirtondirt.com. All late models all the time, dirtondirt.com. We are going to just kind of take a look back. And they've actually got it in a nice way for you to be able to follow everything real quickly. So that's really, really cool. So, all right, let's recap what was the Winter National Speed Weeks down in Florida and Georgia. And thank you again to my good friend and the folks at dirtondirt.com for helping me out with some of that content. All right. So, on February the 1st, first day of February, 20 days ago, Speed Weeks got kicked off at Golden Isle Speedway. Unfortunately, the race got rained out. All of the consolations, everything was in the bag, except by the time they brought out Consi number 2, the weather hit. Go figure. Go figure. Go figure. Go away, Mother Nature. Golden Isle Speedway got postponed to a 2-day show on Saturday afternoon and then Saturday night. Turbo Tyler Erb, after a controversial heat race incident with Scott Bloomquist on Friday night, shocked the world on Saturday afternoon in the daytime after a crazy flip by the Squirrel Brian Shirley to win over Earl Pearson Jr., Jonathan Davenport, Josh Richards, and Brandon Shepard in the opening race for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. So that went on.